Hello friends, Croeso Nol, welcome back. It feels like forever since we've chatted, but it's really only been my normal 2 weeks. But there was Christmas, of course, when that video dropped, and then New Year's, and then a seditious fascist insurrection. So of course it feels like it's been weeks and weeks. Today I am going to be working on a staple item for my vaguely Edwardian, witchy, history-bounding wardrobe, a walking skirt. I got some heavyweight linen from the same friend who had the fabric for the Viking coat, and it ended up being just enough for this skirt. I used a pattern draft from a 1912 sewing manual kindly hosted by the Ladies' Treasury, link in the description box obviously. It's lovely in a very generically and quintessentially Edwardian skirt sort of way. I ended up having to take in the waist a good bit more than was indicated on the diagram or in the instructions in order to make sure that the seams sit where they were meant to, and to make sure that the pockets, yes, of course it has pockets, are easily accessible. So everyone grab your cuppa, and as always, let me know what you're drinking in the comments. Today I am sipping on another August Uncommon tea. This is Passage, which is actually my favorite of their offerings. It's a rich black blend with chocolate and hazelnut, and it is just so cozy. Let's get into it. The first thing I need to do is draft my pattern. This particular skirt draft calls for 5 gores, 1 in the front, 2 sides, and 2 backs. For actual instructions on how to draft this pattern, follow the link in the description below. Just remember to maybe do a mock-up first, like I didn't. Production assistant Bran is always so keen to help when I am drafting patterns on butcher paper on the floor. If only he was so helpful while editing. I didn't get a full shot of the pattern finished, but mine looked pretty close to the diagram in the manual. Time to transfer everything over to the fabric. I did draft the pattern with no seam allowance, so I added it in as I went. After I sewed the seams, I finished them with a quick zigzag stitch. It's not historically accurate, but I wanted something that would keep everything from unraveling while not adding any bulk to the seams. Linen has a tendency to stretch slightly as the fibers warm and relax while worn, so to prevent the waistband from sagging, I'm adding a strip of selvedge from a very sturdily woven cotton fabric to the inside. The interior of the waistband is felled down. Next up, pocketses. The pattern calls for them to be added, and I used a fairly simple rectangular pocket made from a matching lightweight linen. In order to prevent any items in the pocket from pulling at the side seam, a length of twill tape connects the top of the pocket directly to the waistband, which can better handle the weight. After everything else is finished, the only thing left is to add the fastenings. One skirt hook and bar at the waistband, and a sturdy metal snap halfway down the placket just to make sure that nothing shows. And then hem the skirt using a simple felling stitch. Please stay tuned after this commercial break to see how I create the bustle pad to make the skirt silhouette correct. For the bustle pad, I chose to use some unbleached cotton muslin I had left over from another project. I based it loosely on a 1908 patent drawing, the same one coincidentally that Bernadette Banner used in her making up video. After sewing up the outer curve, I clip the seam allowances and turn the whole thing right side out. I then sewed the inner curve, leaving a gap in the middle to stuff the pad. And to do that, I broke out my cutting mat, rotary wheel, and a bunch of cabbage that was ready to be turned into coleslaw. I have found that using the rotary cutter tends to be a little easier on my hands than scissors. Once I had enough scrap, I stuffed the bustle pad, trying to strike a balance between too full and not full enough. After that, I used a length of single fold bias tape to enclose the raw edges and form waist ties. Here we are, croissant friends. First video of 2021 down. It feels, I don't know, it feels like a huge accomplishment really. It's been just about a year since I got serious about buckling down and making this YouTube channel a thing, and I am so pleased and gratified that every one of you is walking down this loopy historical road with me. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and maybe check out another of my videos. I upload every other Friday, and if you want reminders, turn on the notification bell. If you'd like to find me on other platforms, I am Opus Eleni everywhere, and I will put those links in the description below, along with a link to my Ko-fi if you would like to help me buy more beautiful fabrics, and also treats for production assistant Bran. Be kind, do the work, continue supporting marginalized people, and keep creating. Will.